एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरभਉ निर्वैर अकाल मूरत जुनी सहबं गुर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होस भी सच एक कथति गुरु नानक देवा ओंकार गुरु अंगद पेवा सतनाम गुरु अमर प्यारे करता रामदास गुरबारे पुरख श्री अर्जन सुखदानी निरभਉ हर गोबिंद गुण खानी निर्वैर गुरु है श्री हर राय काल मूर्त हर कृष्ण त्याय अजुन्नी तेग बहादुर राय सहपांग गुरु दसमें सहाय गुर प्रसाद ग्रंथ गुरु ज्ञाना वाहि गुरु बंदन भगवाना बाणी गुरु गुरु है बाणी विच बाणी अमृत सारे गुरबाणी कहे सेवक जन मने पर तक गुरु निस्ताने मुख उचरे शास्त्र खाट पिंग गिरन छड़ जाए अंत लखे बदरो सुने जो काल कृपा कहाय कहाँ बुद्ध प्राप्त हमारी बन सके महिमा जो तहारी हम न सकता से तुम्हारी आप ले हो तुम कथा सुधारी सो कहो टल गुरु सेविया अहनिस सहज सबाय दर्शन परस्य गुरु के जन्म मरण दुख जाय दर्शन परस्य गुरु के जन्म मरण दुख जाय।
सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु साहिब जी। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरभਉ निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजुनी सहबं गुर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच।
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। गुरु रूप साध संगत वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। Today we're continuing on with the definitions from the Sri Japji Sahib. At the moment we have published a number of videos and we have completed 2 definitions. The basic definition has been completed and we have done an in-depth definition where each term has been elaborated on and the definitions have been provided. Currently we're on the 3rd definitions where Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji have been asked by the Siddhs about the various components that make up a text, that make up a Granth. And there are some characteristics, there are some rules which bind those texts. The first one we've talked about already, which is the Adhikari Anubandh, which is who is the seeker, who is the individual who is allowed to read this text, and what do they get from it. And previously we've gone over Ikonkar, which is the root incantation, it's the invocation for God, and Satanam is the answer to the Adhikari, and that individual is Satanam. It's the true name, it's through the true name that a person is seeking for, it's what they are looking for. Now what we're going to do is go on to the second of the rules within the text, and that's the Vikhai Anubandh. And the Vikhai Anubandh is about the relationship between the person reading the text and the text itself, and what does it actually cause. Now here Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji are asked about the relationship between the Adhikari, the individual who is reading the Sri Japji Sahib, and the person who, and what reward they will get, what is the relationship. There are some commentaries that instead of using the term Sri Japji Sahib Ji here, they use the term Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Guru Nanak Dev Ji asked about the questions about Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Now what you've got to remember is, one, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji was the knower of all. He was the knower of all hearts, and he was the knower of all time and future. He had all the knowledge of all the upcoming times, and we'll realize that when we later on get to one of the bodies within the Japji Sahib, which is a prophetic body, where Guru Nanak Dev Ji talks about the future. So Maharaj knew that at some point that the Gur Shabad was going to take the roop, was going to take the form of the Guru, and the Gur Shabad would be the eternal Guru, everlasting, non-changing, and it will give divine meaning to the lives of individuals. So here, if you see it within some texts, that is what is the relationship between the Japji Sahib and the Sikh, or what is the definition between the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji and the Sikh, there is no difference. Last night, me and Kamalpreet Singh went to listen to Sant Baba Jagjit Singh Ji, Harkuwal Wale, who were doing Katha, who were doing commentary of a Shabad of Bilaval Mahalla Noma at the local Gurdwara. And during that time they stated one thing, that the term Ikwankar, like we said, the invocation itself, its characteristics are defined and deliberated upon by the rest of the Mool Mantra. So from Ikwankar to Nanakosi Pisach, from Satnam to Nanakosi Pisach explains the definitions of Ikwankar. And then the rest of the Japji Sahib gives more insight into the Mool Mantra. And then the Japji Sahib itself is commentated upon by the rest of Gurbani from Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So everything in essence is elaborating on Ik Onkar, one God. So here if you see it being written, either the Japji Sahib, what is the relationship between the Japji Sahib and these characteristics, or what is the relationship between the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji and these individuals, and the individuals that read it. They all come into place here. But what we're going to go on to now is the Vikhai Anubandh. And the question that they asked, that Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji asked here with the Anubandh is, tell us what is the relationship between the Jeev, which is the individual soul, and the Ishwar, which is the form of Vaheguru, when Vaheguru engages within Maya and brings himself a form, brings himself or herself. God is neither male. I need to elaborate on this because I would always term all the attributes as being male, but God is neither male, nor is he female, nor is he transgender, nor is he intergender. God is exempt from these. So if there are any of my sisters out there who are listening to this and thinking he's terming everything in a masculine form, it's not because of any type of misogyny or sexism thought. It's just a way that it's easy to understand the definitions. But I do understand Paramatma does not have any of these aspects of gender, and God is neutral to everything. But here the definition is asked, what is the reason? What is the Vikhai? Vikhai is what is the reason or the purpose of this text?
Karta.
Maharaj first says Karta. He says what we have to look at first is Karta here is the Jeev, which is the individual soul, the individual who is within this world, but his mind and essence is clouded by ignorance, so they do not have a complete understanding of who they are. Maharaj says that Karta is this, is the individual who is engrossed within his own Maya, and the purpose of this text is for the individual to find Purkh. Purkh here, the term Purkh is defined as Ishwar, it is Vaheguru. It is for the relationship to be created between the individual and Ishwar, Vaheguru itself. And the purpose of the Sri Japji Sahib is that. The purpose of the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji is this in essence as well. For the relationship between the Ishwar and Jeev to become one. So in essence, what is left behind after that is when the Jeev and Ishwar become one, all you have is Paramatma. The individual soul gains a space and a belonging within the Supreme Soul. And once they become part of the Supreme Soul, there is no difference. And that's the whole purpose, that the Jeev and Ishwar become one. That is the purpose of the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and that is also the purpose of the Sri Mool Mantra within the Japji Sahib. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji are explaining that to the Siddhs, that the purpose of the Gurbani is this. You've asked for the 4 characteristics that make up the text. We've told you who the seeker is. The seeker is Satanam. That is the seeker. That is written within the text itself. Now you wanted to know the Vikhai. The Vikhai here is Karta and Purkh. As has been explained, they are the Jeev and the Ishwar. That is the relationship that is to be maintained and gained through reading this Bani. So Maharaj explains there, these are the first 2 questions you have asked me with regards to the authenticities of clauses and how a text should be made up. You need these characteristics within a text in order to reveal that the text has been made legitimately and there are no faults. The third question they then ask Maharaj is, what is your Paryojan? what is your Paryojan Anubandh? Now, Paryojan here means what is the purpose of the text and what does it get rid of. Every text does something. Either you can find texts like the Kama Sutra or the Shingar Sutra, and what they do is they help with or assist with lust, not get rid of it, but allow you to deal with lust. Then you get other banis. You know, within Gurbani, say you get the banis of Chandi Divar, which promote Biras, the warrior essence within an individual. Then you get Gurbani from Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, which gives you Shantras, which gives you essence of peace. So they're asking Maharaj here, they're saying, what is the purpose? What is the Param Paryojan? What is the main purpose? And what does this text eradicate? What does it get rid of? And Maharaj goes on to answer now.
Nirpal, Nirvair.
Maharaj says, within the Paryojan Anubandh, there are two things. Nirpal and Nirvair. So what this does is, this Bani itself, Sri Japji Sahib, it says, Jana Maran ko dokha nirnivirt ya mahe, vair rahet jo atma nirparapat kaheta hai. Right, what it's saying here is that the Atma itself, you need to realize that the Atma, this is what the I'm trying to think, the Western culture will refer to as the soul. It's easy to refer to as the Atma because the soul does not define enough of what this essence is. But the Atma, which is the essence of Paramatma, the essence of God, which resides within the body, you need to realize it is Nirvair, Nirpal and Nirvair. So in essence, it is without fear and it is without enmity. Because it is actually Paramatma itself. It is the essence, the Shakti of God, the power of God that resides within you, that keeps this dead body alive, keeps this insentient body alive. The moment a person passes away, the body becomes so heavy that it needs 4 people to carry it. But the Atma on its own is able to carry this body and make it do things that no other people can do. When Maharaj is asking, they say, look, the purpose of this is to, through Nirpal and Nirvair, is to get rid of the cycle of birth and death, is to get rid of the fear of the cycle of birth and death. So the whole point. So to say, those people who have a fear of the cycle of birth and death, they're trapped, but through reciting the Sri Japji Sahib within the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, it gets rid of a person's fear for birth and death. The other thing it does is you realize that the Atma itself has no enmity towards anybody, because the true essence of the Atma is the same as the essence within anything else. It is all one. And so what it does is it provides you with this knowledge to eradicate the ignorance, and through getting rid of the ignorance, a person gains a status where they have complete bliss. And through complete bliss, a person is able to understand their true form as well. So Maharaj explains, here's your Paryojan Anubandh. I've explained the Vikhai Anubandh, it's Satanam. The Adhikari Anubandh is Satanam. The Vikhai Anubandh is Karta Purk. And here the Paryojan is Nirpal and Nirvair. So they say, okay, these are the 3 things so far. The Siddhs then asked, okay, the last rule is the Sanbandh. Sanbandh here means just relationship. So they say, what is the relationship between Akal Purkh and the Bani itself? Or what is the relationship between the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji and the individual? So Maharaj goes on to answer here.
Akal Murat Ajuni Sabhang.
Maharaj gives the answer here saying the Sambandh is 3 things. It is Akal Murat, Ajuni, Sabhang. Maharaj say these 3 are the actual relationship. What happens is, Sah Granth ko naam hai, Bhum Prakase Gyan, Janya Janak Sambandhata, Gyan Granth Pehchan. I've just had to read that, there's no way I was going to memorize that. But this is the relationship. So what you're trying to do is, through these characteristics, Akal, Murat, Ajuni, Serpang, a person is trying to gain enlightenment. The whole relationship between the Guru and the individual is to gain enlightenment. The name of the Guru itself is that one who eradicates darkness and brings around enlightenment. And that's what it is. And what you need to understand is Ujuni Serpang. So the Paramatma is without birth, without death, exempt from the cycle of transmigration. That is Brahm. He never has to take birth. The Veds understand that the life breaths that we take, that is Ishwar itself. And within the Veds, it states that Ishwar is knowledge itself. So that's Ajuni, Serpang. Serpang is the self-enlightenment, like I said before. It's self-illuminating. Paramatma is self-illuminating. And within Gurbani it states that. And what you are trying to do is self-illuminate and adopt the form of Paramatma. And we've got Akala Murat. So Maharaj is in a form. So God is within a form that has no form, that has no actual form of death. It does not succumb to any change. It is timeless. It is a timeless form, and forever will be. And that's what Maharaj is. And what it states here is Akal Murat, Ajuni, Serpang. These are all of the descriptions given between the status or relationship between an individual and Paramatma. It is to realize that Paramatma is without birth, without a death. It is timeless, has no form, and grants illumination, and is the complete illuminating form. And that's what Maharaj has asked. So they said, right, these are the 4 questions you asked, and these are the 4 questions you've answered. And the Siddhs then continued on asking with their questions. They said, how is the relationship between the Guru, Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, or the Sri Japji Sahib, or Gurbani itself, how is that the causal of illumination? And Maharaj goes on further to say, look, Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji are the form of knowledge, they are the form of enlightenment, they are the form of everything. What the Guru Granth Sahib Ji does is create illumination, creates knowledge, creates wisdom in an individual. And once that is created, it gives that to an individual so they become enlightened. And Maharaj says that is what the term is, and that is what the reason for all the text of Gurbani is, to grant illumination. Gurbani says, Mantu Jot Sarupa Apana Mool Pashan. You know, one is to realize that their true form is the illumination. Their true form is this. They should recognize this. They should recognize this. Gurbani states it again and again. So, the other Qari should do this sort of thing. The other Qari, who is the seeker, they should do Gurbani that part. As in, read Gurbani. But don't just read it like you can pick up any book. I can pick up a book in any other language. I can read it. But if I do not understand it, it means nothing. If a person is to just gargle with water, it does not get rid of their thirst. They have to drink the water. Through drinking the water, you understand it. Through gaining the definitions of Gurbani, allows a person to understand the intrinsic meaning of life, the intrinsic meaning of religion, the intrinsic meaning of what Paramatma is, the real essence of why we are here. Maharaj says it within Gurbani, Pai Parapata Manakh Dhoriya Govinda Milan Ki Ehteri Bariya. Individual, you need to realize that this is your one opportunity now in order to meet God. And Gurbani states it again and again, that this is a reason why, this is a relationship there. And Maharaj goes on to just talk about the illumination themselves. And they say,
Gur Prasad.
Maharaj says Gur Prasad. The whole purpose of all of these Sanbandhs, all of these characteristics that you've asked us about with regards to the text, it is Gur Prasad. Gur Prasad is, in order for a person to gain this illumination, understand something, have a seeking, to become one, make the essence of the Jeev and the Atma together, bring them together. It is all through Gur Prasad. It is all through the grace or the piety or the respect, the beloved wishes of a Guru. Without the Guru, one is unable to do this. They're unable to gain this illumination. The example we have basically is through the Vedantis. The Vedantis do not accept a Guru sometimes, and they can be self-taught. You can be self-taught through a Vedantis by just reading books, by gaining knowledge, listening to Katha. And before you know it, they are all sitting in their own postures saying Soham, Soham, which means I am God, or Ahan Brahmasmi, An Brahm Akare. These are all terms to say that I am God, I am thee. And they gain an element of misunderstanding and become egotistical. Their pride takes over. Well, Maharaj here says Gur Prasad, in order to have these relationships that you've asked for, to have the Adhikari, to have the Vikhai, to have the Paryojan, to have the Sanbandh, a person needs to adopt a Guru, gain an element of humility, and through humility they will gain the relationship with God. And it's through these methods that Maharaj goes into, that says, if you want to know the purpose of the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, or the purpose of the Sri Japji Sahib, it's all here. It's all found within the Mahamantra itself. So, that is the third definition. So we've completed now the third definition with regards to the Adhikari. Here we've gone through the Vikhai, Paryojan and Sanbandh. And in the next definition we'll start with the Atibhyapti Dosh, which is quite lengthy, but it's, for me, it is a very tough part of the Japji, but it is also the most interesting as well. And because of that, we will leave it there. Kamalpreet Singh, if you want to read Japji Sahib, and then we'll do the Mangals, and we'll close up for today. Yeah. If you want to do that, sorry, Mool Mantra, I'll do the Mangals.
Ek Onkar Satnam Karta Purkh Nirpav Nirvair Akal Murat Ajuni Saipang Gur Prasad Jap Ad Sach Jugad Sach Hai Bhi Sach Nanak Hosi Bhi Sach.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. He Gobind, He Gopal, He Dayal Lal, Prananath Nath Sake Deen Dard Nivar. He Samrath Agam Puran Mohe Me Atar, Andhakup Mahapayan Nanak Pare Utar. Aye Prabhu Saranagati Kirpa Nidayal, Ek Akhar Har Manavaste Nanak Hotanihal. Ek Akhar Har Manavaste Nanak Hotanihal. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.